All right, so the main event, yeah, Kurt Angle versus Robert Roode. I mean, the match was friggin' sweet. I was really into it. It definitely had that big match feel, and I think TNA. I got to give them credit because I said, Bound for Glory. Why not just go Angle AJ? We'll finally get a great Bound for Glory main event if you do Kurt Angle versus AJ Styles. Even though we've seen it so many times, but I think putting Robert Roode in that match was a marvelous decision. This Robert Roode push feels great. It doesn't feel forced at all. And I'm actually surprised myself. I didn't know this guy was that good. Like I said, I don't really keep up with TNA all the time, so I wasn't aware that he was getting this over. And yeah, he's just really developed an awesome personality and awesome repertoire. I mean, the guy's just on fire right now. It's just kind of tough to believe. I remember back in 2006, like a lot of people used to crap on this guy all the time. Used to say, "Oh, Robert Roode wrestles this WWE style. He really doesn't fit what TNA is all about." And they used to do the promo packages saying this is the guy that's going to lead TNA to the next millennium, with pay-per-view buy rates and all that stuff. And this was like 5 years ago, and so for it to happen now, 5 years later, now he's finally getting everything he deserves. It's really cool to see, and he had great momentum heading into this match, and I can understand people being disappointed that he didn't win. That he didn't go over. If you were going to do it, you might as well just do it now. There's rumors. I'm hearing rumors that Hogan wanted to get the match changed or whatever. They're just rumors, though. They didn't feel that Robert Roode was ready to take the championship. I don't know. I don't know what went on. I don't know. The thing is, Angle hadn't been the champion for that long. And, I think Angle was... But the thing is, I think Kurt Angle, he's such a credible, figure that, this kind of felt like Angle was the champion for like a year. It just felt like that. You put the belt on Kurt Angle, he's so established. It's like boom, already. You're gonna if you win that belt from him, it holds weight. It's credible already. So I don't know. I kind of got to play some of the blame on Kurt Angle for the finish. Angle's been in so many classic matches. He has so much experience. I mean, you just would have thought they could have done something better. But it's tough though. I totally understand what they were going for. They wanted to keep Roode looking strong. And just get out of there with, Kurt retaining. So, I guess that was really the only way to do it. But, in my opinion, I think Kurt Angle and Robert Roode could have had, I think this match was on pace to being such an awesome match. I definitely felt like this could have, been one of Angle's classic matches and possibly his best TNA match ever if they just kept going and going. And I really think if this could have reached like classic status, I think you could have done the clean finish. You could have had Angle go over Roode clean. And just do it in a way, HBK Shawn Michaels Kurt Angle style, Kurt Angle Chris Benoit style, where losing the match actually helps the other opponent, like it helped Benoit, like it helped Shawn earn more respect from the fans. I think they could have done something like that, but I think they really rushed a crappy finish. They wanted to make it seem like Robert Roode kicked out of it took 3 Angle slams, Olympic slams, whatever you want to call it, to beat Robert Roode. So I see what they were going for, but the finish could have been much better executed. It felt rushed. I think the Hogan and Sting match took up way too much time, and these guys should have had more time to play with. Definitely that would have helped the match. But the overall match, I really enjoyed it. I think Angle, even though Angle didn't really deliver on his words, that he was going to prove he's the greatest wrestler of all time, still you could definitely tell, that even though he's 42 years old, in some ways I feel like Angle is the best. In his, the best he's ever been right now, as far as his psychology and his timing and his crispness. So, and I thought Robert Roode looked great too. The fans were really into it. They're in the middle of the match. The fans were just going back and forth. Let's go Angle. Let's go Roode. Really exciting stuff. This was definitely this was definitely still the match of the night. It just could have been so much more, and just really an awful ending. And I have to blame Angle. I think Angle should have stepped up and politicked and lobbied, said make sure we get enough time, make sure we give him a proper finish, because I think with the right finish, you don't have to do the crappy finish. There was controversy. Roode had his hand under the rope, and Angle had his foot on the rope, so it was just a big clusterfuck of a finish. I mean, it definitely not the way you want to end the biggest pay-per-view of the year. I don't know why TNA just can't go out there and let these guys, they have the talent. Let's let them rock the house, man. They're always worried about, booking the next fucking television show. But hey, whatever, man. It was still a good show. I still think this has some really good wrestling on it. it definitely had potential, but it just didn't deliver up to expectations. I'm not saying that this was an awful show, and I'm not saying that this was, an amazing show or a good or a very 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 good show. I thought it was a solid show, just crappy finishes, crappy endings, and but sometimes a bad finish really takes the heat away from a match. It just does. You know, a great finish could take an average 3-star match and put it up to a 4-star level. A bad, crappy finish could take a 4-star match and bring it down to the 3-star level. So that's how important I think a finish is. So that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys thought. I don't think this whole Robert Roode push is done yet. Obviously, I think they wanted to do. I think they're really building up to a James Storm heel turn, and we'll see what goes from there. But yeah, I would definitely agree with you guys. Robert Roode. If you wanted to give him the belt, I mean, he was so hot right now, and we've seen time again in Ring of Honor and WWE when you don't give the belt to a guy that's hot, it's kind of career suicide to a degree. So that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed the review, and take it easy.